Welcome, everyone, to another deep dive here on English with Narayana. We have some really interesting ideas to explore today. It has to do with what might be under the famous pyramids at Giza in Egypt.
Yeah, so there's this information floating around that suggests there could be like a whole city underground, a huge one.
A whole city. Whoa, that is a big claim. I mean, we all know about the pyramids, but what makes people think there's something that big hidden underneath?
Well, it comes from researchers who've been using this pretty advanced technology, and they think they've found some structures way down below the pyramids.
So they are saying an entire city, kilometers long, deep underground.
That's what they're suggesting, yeah.
Wow. So they're basically challenging everything we thought we knew about the pyramids. But I guess it's important to remember that not everyone's convinced, right?
Right, absolutely. I mean, it's a big claim. Some experts are definitely skeptical, and they're like, hold on, we need more proof.
That makes total sense. So that's what we're going to do today, right? We're going to take a closer look at what these researchers have found and why some people aren't so sure about it. And, while we're at it, we'll also touch on some other cool discoveries that have popped up around the pyramids in recent years.
That's good.
So for anyone learning English, I hope you find this deep dive helpful. It's a chance to hear about a fascinating topic and pick up some new vocabulary along the way. And hey, if you like what you hear, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Podcasts like this are a fantastic way to improve your English skills. Okay, so where do we even begin with this whole underground city business? Where did this idea even come from?
Well, the heart of it all is this claim that there's a whole network of underground structures under the Giza pyramids. And it all really kicked off back in March 2025.
Okay, March 2025, so pretty recent then.
Yeah, very recent. 2 researchers came forward and they were like, we found something big. They even held a press conference over in Italy to talk about it.
Italy? Wow, a press conference. That sounds pretty serious.
It was. They said they found what they believe is a massive underground complex. Like, we're talking potentially 2 kilometers long.
2 kilometers? Whoa, that's huge.
I know, right? And they said they picked up on these 8 vertical structures that look like tubes, along with some other shapes that they couldn't quite make out.
Hold on. 8 tubes going straight down. What could those be, and how far down are we talking here?
Well, get this. They're saying some of these structures might go as deep as 1,200 meters.
1,200 meters?
Yeah. To give you an idea, that's like almost 4,000 feet.
4,000 feet underground.
Uh-huh.
That's mind-boggling. Do you think they could just be for tombs? I mean, that's a lot of digging just to bury someone.
Right. It just seems excessive, doesn't it? And the researchers themselves are kind of hinting at something more. They're speculating that these areas might have served a totally different purpose, maybe something to do with energy or even like ancient machinery. What do you think? Could there be giant machines down there? Let us know in the comments below the video.
I mean, it's wild to even think about. But okay, hold on. How are they even able to see that far down? I mean, it's not like they're digging up the whole area. You mentioned some kind of special technology, right?
Exactly. They're using this thing called synthetic aperture radar, or SAR for short.
SAR. Okay, break that down for us. How does that even work?
So basically, it's a way to see beneath the surface without actually digging. They send these radar waves down into the ground, and when the waves hit something, they bounce back. And by analyzing how those waves bounce back, scientists can create images of what might be down there. It's like having X-ray vision for the Earth.
It's super clever. So it's not the first time these researchers have used SAR, is it?
Nope, not at all.
Yeah.
Back in 2022, they actually published a paper on some findings using SAR. But that time, they were focused on the Great Pyramid, also known as Khufu.
Khufu. Okay, so they have experience with this technology then.
Definitely. In that earlier research, they claim to have found some hidden chambers within the Great Pyramid itself.
Interesting. So they've used SAR before, and now they're saying they've found something even bigger near another pyramid.
You got it. But here's the thing that's raising some eyebrows. Their first paper was all about the Great Pyramid, right? But these new claims, they're centered on the pyramid right next door, which some call the Khufu Pyramid, also known as Khafre.
Ah, okay. So a different pyramid, a different target.
Exactly. And that little shift has some folks wondering, it's like, why the change of focus? What do you think? Tell us your thoughts in the comments.
Right. Why not stick with the Great Pyramid if they were already finding things there? It just adds another layer of mystery to all of this.
Yeah.
So we've got researchers with some experience using this SAR tech, but they're making some pretty bold claims about this massive underground complex. But you said earlier that some experts are skeptical, right?
Oh, yeah. There's definitely a healthy dose of skepticism going around. And it's not just because the claim is so big. There are some specific reasons why experts are hesitant to jump on board with this whole underground city idea.
Makes sense. So what are some of the things that are making people go, not so fast?
Well, one of the biggest concerns revolves around the limitations of the technology itself. While SAR can definitely penetrate the ground, some experts are questioning whether it can really see clearly at depths of thousands of feet, especially in the kind of rocky terrain you find around the pyramids.
So it's like trying to look through a really thick wall. The signal might get distorted or something.
Exactly. 1,200 meters is a seriously long way down, and in that kind of environment, the accuracy of SAR can become a bit iffy.
I see. So the depth is a big issue then. What else is making people hesitant?
Well, there's also some scrutiny surrounding one of the researchers himself. His background is primarily in chemistry, not in fields like archaeology or geology, which are more directly related to pyramid research. And he's also written about some, let's say, unconventional topics in the past.
Unconventional topics? Like what?
Oh, things like UFOs and alien encounters. And that's led some in the scientific community to raise an eyebrow at his findings about the pyramids. They're like, okay, interesting, but let's see some more solid evidence before we rewrite history textbooks.
Right. So his past work is making some people a bit cautious about accepting these claims without more proof. Makes sense.
What about the evidence itself? Have they presented anything concrete to support this whole underground city theory?
That's another key point. As of now, there hasn't been a formal scientific paper published outlining their findings in detail. And in the scientific world, peer review is kind of a big deal.
Peer review, what's that?
So basically, when a scientist makes a significant discovery, they write a paper about it and submit it to a scientific journal. Then other experts in the field get to review the paper before it's published, checking the methods, the data, the conclusions, all that stuff. It's a way to ensure that the research is sound and that the findings are actually valid.
So it's like a quality control check for science. Exactly. It helps keep things honest and reliable.
Yeah.
And until the researchers release a paper that's gone through that peer review process, many scientists are going to remain on the fence about this whole underground city thing. It's just not standard scientific procedure to announce something this big without backing it up with a peer-reviewed paper.
So basically, it's like they're saying, hey, we found something amazing, but without showing everyone the blueprints, so to speak.
That's a good way to put it.
All right, so there are definitely some big question marks hanging over this whole deep underground city idea. But it's interesting, isn't it? Even though this particular claim is still, let's say, up for debate, there have been some other really cool discoveries around the pyramids in recent times.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And that's important to remember. While we're all waiting for more concrete evidence on this potential underground metropolis, there's been some other fascinating stuff happening near the surface. For instance, back in May 2024, scientists found some anomalies. And by anomalies, I mean things that look out of place or unexpected.
Anomalies. Okay, I'm intrigued. Where did they find these anomalies and what were they using to look for them?
So these anomalies were found beneath a royal burial site near the Great Pyramid. And instead of using SAR, they employed a combination of ground-penetrating radar and electrical resistivity tomography.
Okay, so different tools for different jobs, I guess.
Exactly. Different methods for exploring different aspects of the site.
So what's the difference between these anomalies and the supposed city? What makes these findings more believable?
Well, for starters, these anomalies were detected at a much shallower depth compared to the claimed city. We're talking meters, not hundreds of meters.
Ah, okay. So more like finding a hidden room versus a whole hidden civilization.
Pretty much. It's a more localized discovery, which makes it easier to investigate and potentially confirm.
Right, that makes sense. And it sounds like there was another discovery relatively recently too, right? Something found inside one of the pyramids.
You're right. Back in 2023, there was this big announcement about a hidden corridor discovered inside the Great Pyramid. This corridor is about 9 meters long, and it's located near the main entrance.
That's really cool. So even though there are questions about this huge underground city, we are still learning new things about the pyramid.
Absolutely. It's a reminder that these ancient wonders still hold secrets waiting to be uncovered. And who knows what else might be out there just waiting to be found.
It's so exciting, isn't it? To think that there could be all these hidden chambers, corridors, and maybe even cities underneath these iconic structures. It really captures the imagination. What surprises you the most about all this? Let us know in the comments.
I know, right? The pyramids have always held a certain mystique, and these new findings, even the ones that are still being debated, just add to their allure.
But it's like you said before, it's crucial to approach these discoveries with a healthy dose of skepticism. Just because a claim is exciting doesn't automatically make it true. We need solid evidence. And that often takes time, careful analysis, and open discussion among experts.
100%. And that's a valuable lesson to apply to any new information we come across, whether it's about ancient Egypt, science, or anything else. Critical thinking is essential.
Absolutely. It's all about being curious, but also being discerning. Okay, so we've delved into these claims of a massive underground city beneath the Giza pyramids. We've talked about the technology involved, the reasons for skepticism, and some of the other intriguing discoveries in the area. So to wrap things up, what are some key takeaways our listeners, especially those learning English, should keep in mind?
Well, I think one of the biggest lessons here is that our understanding of history is constantly evolving. New discoveries and technologies can challenge our existing knowledge and force us to reconsider what we thought we knew.
Right. History isn't set in stone. It's a living, breathing thing that keeps changing as we learn more.
And it's okay to be excited about new discoveries, but it's equally important to be critical and to demand evidence. Don't just believe everything you hear. Ask questions, look for reliable sources, and consider different perspectives.
Great advice. All right, so to everyone listening, thank you so much for joining us on this exploration. We hope you found it interesting and maybe learned some new English words and phrases along the way. Remember, podcasts are a fantastic tool for language learning. You can listen at your own pace, pause, rewind, and really immerse yourself in the language.
We had a great time discussing this topic with you today. And remember, keep learning, keep exploring, and keep asking questions.
Absolutely. Now it's your turn. What do you make of all this? Does the idea of a hidden city beneath the pyramids blow your mind? What kind of proof would convince you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to subscribe to English with Narayana for more fascinating explorations. Until next time, keep exploring and keep learning. Goodbye for now.